All right, let's get this over with. I know a lot of you guys already are signing me off the moment you clicked on the video, but I have something to tell you. One thing straight up, I'm going to tell you the truth. This is my truth, and we got to be your truth. But at the same time, I feel like it's got to be said. These characters don't exist. They don't exist. They don't represent whatever happened to anyone else. They don't represent real life. These characters are fake. They're fictional. They're acts of fiction. These characters are drawings. They're one and zeros. They're bots. Okay, we need to get it across and stop leeching off of some sort of like realism, real life situations, and apply it to things that don't exist. As a comic, as an animation with anime gets too much hate because of things called fan service. And I believe, and I actually believe, that we need to stop putting real world logic into a lot of these acts of fiction so we can get more acts of fiction in more situations than just this Anissa situation. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of messed up things that happens in comics. There's a lot of messed up things that happen in shows. I mean, I remember, like, I can remember Negan beating Glenn's brains out. He gets a redemption arc. I mean, that's in The Walking Dead. Spoiler alert. But I mean, I should have probably said spoiler alert before that. But that show's been out for a long time. Okay, you can be mad at me for that one. But ultimately, these characters don't exist. Does it make it right? Well, again, when it doesn't exist, it's kind of like yes, no, it's like no. Whatever she did, no, it's not right automatically. But it's kind of like it's not right in the same sense of when you're telling a story between a king and a queen, or some type of knights and dragons. Type of thing, and then you get like the end, and then you tell your kids, "Oh, now what did the kids who called wolf or whatever, what did we learn? Oh, we learned not to tell lies." That's what we learned. We learned not to tell lies. It's sort of like that. It truly is, because this stuff don't exist. I don't feel bad for Mark like that because Mark doesn't exist. I feel bad for Mark in the same sense that I feel bad for any character that doesn't exist. I feel bad, but I'm not going to go out here and cause a real problem for someone in real life due to a fictional character. That's what I'm not going to do. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How old is Anissa? Anissa's 1,000 to 2,000 years old. Now I got to get this across and say this just because because if there's so many people that's taking this way too serious, but she's 1,000 to 2,000 years old. That's a long time to be alive. That's a very long time for anyone to be alive. That's longer than any human lifespan in the world. She has lived longer than some Kryptonians have lived from Krypton. I'm being real. Kryptonians, Superman. You know what happened to them? She's lived longer than them. So let's talk about something else. Are Viltrumites groomed at a young age? Absolutely so. They are indoctrinated from birth to be obedient, disciplined, self-reliant, and often relying on a brutal Spartan-like style of upbringing. That is even shown right here. Let's see it. That's even shown. I gotta pull it up. Just gotta find it. Hold up. It's even shown right
By
here.
him.
This is
Why
young
does
Noah.
he deserve this honor?
He made us
Man.
one.
He's
showed us our
indoctrinating
power.
these kids. How
He
many
gave
kids is
us the
this?
stars.
Three,
What
six
else?
kids.
He was killed.
By who?
The betrayer.
Emperor Argo was assassinated by...
You got a bunch of kids saying they need to kill the betrayer at a young age. All these are kids. They look no older than some nieces that I have, or some cousins that I have. I'm not even lying. These kids look young. And what is Nolan about to do
His
to
heirs
them?
were lost, and millions of us died in the Great Purge that followed.
Shall I speed it
Correct.
up? Let's go back.
Purge made us strong.
Think well before
He
you
asked
answer.
a young black girl a question.
You've seen what failure brings.
If she didn't know it,
Because the purge made us stronger.
if she didn't know the answer to this question, she would have lost her life. The Viltrumites' entire thing, their entire situation is built off of one thing: strength. It's built off of obedience. It's built off of the Viltrumite superiority. And if you don't lock in from the age of like 6 or 8 or however old this young girl is, you die. It's that simple. You send your kids out in Viltrumite culture, you send your kids out knowing you'll never see them again every single time they go to school. We're not going to talk about how that's messed up. We got people that are willing to forgive things like Homelander, right? Homelander got redeemed. He was treated like this as a kid, yada yada yada. But let's apply that same thing with Viltrumites. I mean, we got to be honest. Viltrumites take over entire worlds, like Saiyans. They take over entire worlds, and they truly believe what they're doing is right. They truly grow up knowing this. Imagine this, okay? Homelander turned out how bad he was, right? 40-ish years of being tortured as a kid, and he turned out this bad. He turned out horrible, right? I mean, look what he did to Butcher's wife. I mean, you gotta applying the same thing. It's like, well, imagine if Homelander, how bad he would be if he had 100 years of what he got as a kid. How bad would he be? How bad would this man be? How bad would he be if he had an extra 100 years of all that stuff he went through? Really bad? Really bad? How many butchers would he have done? But because of this situation that happened, she gets none of that same type of redemption. We have what Omni-Man did. What did Omni-Man do, bro? This is the type of Omni-Man killed Mars flying and killed almost the entire city. How many people that Cecil say died? 2,000? Let's speed up. Let's just look at all this. That's what Omni-Man did. Let's go again. How does Omni-Man feel about his wife that he took?
Love your mother, but she's more like a pet to me.
A pet?
This is the only
He called his wife a pet, and he meant it. He truly meant it, because he truly believed in what he was doing. He truly believed in what he was saying. Omni-Man killed people that don't come back. Now, we get this, oh, people that don't come back. Oh, see how serious I'm taking this? Because that's how you guys treat this Invincible situation. You guys treat it as super serious. And I believe that the actual real life situations need to be treated seriously. But at the same time, we need to give an ounce of come back at some point. We need to back up at some point. When do we look at these? When we look at this situation as this is a show with characters that do not exist? When do we just back up a bit? Why? It's like I shouldn't have to be afraid because I want to main Anissa in the new Invincible versus because I think that she fights really, really strong, and I think that she's a video game character ultimately because I actually pay attention to the story. I believe in redemption arcs, and my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z is Vegeta, who blew up planets. While an exact chemical number isn't confirmed, Vegeta killed hundreds of millions to billions of people before the events of Dragon Ball Z. This man has a halo above his head. The same Vegeta that gets a halo above his head, brought back to life, gets to live just fine. He killed plenty of people. He killed babies, infants. He killed fetuses. He killed a lot of people. I'm just trying to be real. Like, since you guys want to be so serious about it, Vegeta killed a lot of people, man. And it's funny to me because again, as an anime fan, a lot of people don't like fan service. And I always think, this stuff doesn't exist. So why are you so like crazy? It's like I look at people and then I play my games and then I got the whole lot of the left people saying, "Oh, these characters inside of like a game like Stellar Blade, Stellar Blade looks too good." Stellar Blade. I'm just gonna go to images. I mean, I can think of a couple of good reasons already. Well, not good reasons, but I can come up with a couple of reasons in general why some people don't like Eve. So let's go a little deeper. Why do you think people don't like Eve? I have to get my words right, otherwise you guys are gonna attack me forever. But the simple truth of the matter is, Man got redeemed. A man that's 2,000 older than Anissa, by the way, went to Earth and he eventually got his redemption arc. Killed hundreds of people, he gets his redemption arc. Feels like people are not going as hard on him though. Let's be honest. How many kids do you think Omni-Man has? Do we even know? Do we even know how many kids did he have? How many kids did he kill? He did say he can start over. So how many of his own blood did he kill? I'm not saying what crime is worse, this crime or this crime. I'm simply trying to give you guys the scope of things. That hey, this or 100 million people dying, which is worse? I'm not trying to pick, give you guys to pick. I'm simply guys giving you the scope of it all. Because understanding the scope is to understand that at a young age, these Viltrumites had to fight their own parents to live or die in order to get the right to live on as a Viltrumite. This is one that you want to talk about dark. Do you know the theory of Nolan's parents? The dark theory between them. The dark theory is that what Anissa did to Mark, Nolan's father did to Nolan's mom, and that's why she wanted him dead so bad. She fought hard to try to kill him, and it turns out she couldn't. Was he right to do what he did? Absolutely. To her, absolutely not. But based off their culture, he's not in the wrong. Based off their culture, he's not in the wrong. I'm not trying to get into a whole cultural debate because then we're gonna get the Iranian and whatever they believe in. I don't really care. Okay. I don't care what they believe in to the point that, I know what I believe in. I'm Christian first above anything else. I'm a Methodist, but that's besides the point, right? I mean, okay. But again, let's take a look at it. He won the fight, by the way. The fight should have been over. He won his right to be alive, but she still wants him dead. Clearly, there's some resentment going on. And what happens? Who interrupts this? Who saves his life? Well, from what he just saw his own father.
Enough. He fought well.
You're as pathetic as he is. I hope to never see either of you again.
Do you think they went home and made up? Do you think they were together before that happened? You know what I think happened? I think that they knew the day came around that they had to go give him this test, and he called her and said, "Hey, I know you don't like me, but yeah, we got to go test him. That's literally our job. So if you want to off your own son, you better get over here because this is your one chance to do it legally." And she flew there on some Don Toretto, Brian from Fast and the Furious type of thing. She flew there so fast and was ready and was mad to admit that Nolan deserved to live through their culture. He deserved to live. I'm not saying any of this is good, guys. I'm not saying none of this is good. But when we get into how Viltrumites court each other and figure out that they court each other by strength, dominance, and genetic superiority, they court each other. You know what courting is? I'm using all the polite words that I possibly can use just to not hurt anyone's feelings. But their relationships and how they court each other, they do it. They choose the most strongest individual that they think has the highest chance at surviving. And they say that Anissa wasn't interested in Mark because she wasn't interested in Mark before the conquest thing. That's what they said in this what do you call it? This search that I did. But I don't think that's quite true. You gotta take everything with a grain of salt. You gotta use your own mind. I implore everyone to use their own minds and make their best judgment. I implore them to do that at all times. You have to think for yourself and not go where everyone else is going. That's how you truly become yourself and truly become out of being behind 1,000 people. You don't come out. I'm not just saying this because I want the popularity. This is not popular. This is just the truth. This is my truth. This isn't popular. I don't think this is gonna get me 1,000 views. I don't think I'm going to get a bunch of subscribers from this. I don't think I am at all. I'm saying this because I like Invincible, and I think people should take a small chill pill. That's all I'm saying. Not that it's right versus this or right makes right, might makes right. I'm not saying none of that. I'm simply saying we need to take a small chill pill. This is fact. This is an act of fiction at some point, and we need to take just a small chill pill, and realize that God, they made a video game of this. Like, and if you want Invincible to go on past season whatever season we're on, season like 4, I think we're on season 4. Like, if you guys want to Invincible to go on, you have to realize that you can't skip over certain things. You can't change everything that there is to change, because at some point it becomes unrecognizable. Okay, when they change tech jacket from the male tech jacket to the female tech jacket, talked about fine. When they changed Shrinking Ray from the male Shrinking Ray in the comics to the female Shrinking Ray, fine. But some things are canon events, and just like Spider-Man from what was it, Miguel O'Hara? He might be in Marvel Rivals, if you guys don't know. The Spider-Man 2099, right? Just like Miguel O'Hara, some things have got to happen. Because Marcus, aka Marky, is a thing that happened in Invincible. And he's one of the purest bred Viltrumites in the entire show. And he's arguably one of the, and I'm not trying to spoil, I'm really, truly not, but he's in line for a lot of greatness. He truly is. If you know, you know. He's in line for a lot of stuff that can go his way. He's 3/4 Viltrumite. He has more Viltrumite DNA than a lot of Viltrumites will ever actually give their, like, more than even Thrag's kids. I'm trying to think. Did Thrag have kids with a Viltrumite or a human? What about the general? How many half breeds did he make? Half. Marky's not half. Marky is full, and he's strong. He's skilled. He's a powerful superhero. He joined the Guardians of the Globe, and you know they need some type of change. You know the Guardians of the Globe need some type of power boost. You know what I'm saying? They need Marky, because you know it was Immortal Man. The Immortal isn't doing jack shit. Let's be honest. He's not doing jack. He has 3/4 Viltrumites, rapid healing factor, interstellar travel. Yeah, all the stuff. Spoiler alert. In a comics epilogue, his Spider-Man with his father, the incredibly powerful Mark Grayson, proved that he is strong enough to inflict real damage, even though Mark holds back. At this point in the series, Mark is strong, right? Mark is super strong by that point. And they said Marky's him. For real. When Mark had to take the shit a little bit serious, because Marky was him. Marky is a great superhero all in his own right. And Anissa does get her redemption arc. She does get it. You don't have to like it. You never have to like Anissa at all. You never do. But she does know what she did was wrong. If that makes any of you feel better, she knows what she did was wrong. And I think that we all need to just, at some point, differentiate real life from inactive fiction. It's like, you don't have to like the redemption arc. You don't ever have to like it, period. No one said you did. I'm simply saying, let's just look at the overall scope, come back a bit, and chill out. Because that's how we're going to be able to get more acts of fiction that's not in Invincible. That's in other stuff that can hit even harder. That's when more chances can get taken. You can't, let's say, shackle developers. You can't shackle writers and take away their creativity, take away their pen. They're writing flames, and the flames are too hot. And now you guys are trying to, let's put it out. Let's put out the flames a bit. And can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if Luffy ends up a Boa Hancock? That's what I hope he does. I hope Luffy does. I hope he doesn't do anyone on the crew. Boa Hancock is 31 years old. Luffy was 17 pre-time skip. So we had a 29-year-old woman lusting over a 17-year-old boy. Would I be wrong if I say it is what it is? Would I be wrong? Or can we all just agree this is an act of fiction? And it's kind of like, gray area, right? This whole video is a gray area. But then again, I would rather this way than, again, him ending up with anyone on the crew. I think him ending up with someone like Nami would be I mean, like even Roger didn't end up with anyone on the crew. He did. He ended up with some random chick, right? Same with Silver's Rayleigh, right? He ended up with Shaki, who didn't join the crew. At least I don't think she might have hanged around the crew. Like they saved her. Spoiler. But like I said, I'm not going to keep going into this. It's a gray area. Very gray. All this is really gray. Definitely when you look at the fact that Sanji almost married Puddin from One Piece again. What about that? How old was Puddin? Charlotte Puddin is 16. Do I want to ask how old Sanji was when they were supposed to be getting married? That's not me making this up. That's not me putting anything or saying anything that couldn't or wouldn't or shouldn't or hasn't been hinted at. That's just what happened in the series. Boa Hancock, why do I think Luffy would end up better with her? Because she probably has some sort of conqueror's haki. She is a remnant of Shaki. She has the whole Shaki thing going on. Silver's Rayleigh, Shaki, Luffy, Boa. Don't want Luffy to get someone outside of the crew. I feel like it would fit better because captains aren't really supposed to be doing that anyway. But that's it. This whole video, giant gray area. And all it means, all my whole thing is use your own brain, use your best judgment. And not only that, but let's take a chill pill. Just a small one, not a big one. Not telling you to do, not telling you how to live your life. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, all of this is fiction and it don't exist. And fiction can't hurt you. It can't come through the screen and hurt you. Some people got to hear this, but it can't hurt you. Ones and zeros can't hurt you. Sticks and stones break your bones, but words can never hurt you. And these are words. And I won't let words be the thing that hurts me either. Before I do that, I can just pull down my laptop right here. And then if you guys have such a problem, you guys can never have to see me again. Not because I did anything X, Y, and Z, but because guess what? I don't care enough. But some things need to be said, and I think people need to take a small chill pill. Like, subscribe if you want to for this one. This was just a little bit of truth, and hopefully catch you guys later.